Okay, I'm fucking back. Fucking back up in here. We got the Quad Quake stream coming. Quad Quake doing 4 streams, and it's out of control. I'm not gonna stop. It's gonna keep on going. It's just gonna keep getting worse. So the first thing that I wanted to do for the Quad Quake stream is I wanted to say a word without any fucking context at all. No context whatsoever. And that word is Jew. 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 With no context whatsoever. No context at all. Okay? Okay. That's it. That's how I wanted to start the stream. Now I'm just waiting for everybody to get in here. Fiddling with my mustache, I guess. Jatro, I'm not talking about that on here. It's separate now. These are separate things. We're doing our side projects in other places besides here. So, like follow up and kind of clarify some shit. What up? Thank you, JTRO. Jitro. Thank you. What up? This is a Quad Quake. The last stream got pulled down because of a word that I used about footwear. Okay, that's what happened. But now this is the Quad Quake. Okay, this is the Quad Quake. And what I wanted to say in this stream, I already started off, I don't know if it went through. It looked like they were fucking like squeezing the beginning of the stream to see what I said. It fucking took people forever to be able to comment, and they all flooded in at once. The fucking, so this is what I wanted to say first, right? I want to say that, what did I say in the one that got kicked? Roman Catholics are, you call the 1%, or the corporations, or whatever you want to call them. I call them the Roman Catholics. I just wanted to put that in there. We're just having a little fucking test here. Who the fuck is James? What are you talking about, James? Are you talking to me, or are you talking to somebody else? I have a pretty fucking normal job. Talking about normal jobs. Okay. So, what I was fucking saying before I was so rudely interrupted by throttling ass YouTube is that the I don't know what you mean, James. You're gonna have to be coherent with your question, else I'm not gonna understand. But I will answer you. So the whole fucking thing is that, like, like people can get motivated and fucking pissed. Like anybody, it doesn't matter which group, right? Like you all can get motivated and pissed. Fucking people that love your men can get motivated and pissed. It doesn't fucking matter. If you know, like there's only one causation of all of the things that have gone wrong that have like stripped you of your rights, and it's totally fucking monetary based. It's like a fucking monetary lubricant that they fucking worked in with, right? It's monetary. It's fucking entirely monetary, and it's all by people accepting, because it doesn't come. The fucking stick comes with a fucking carrot glued to the motherfucker, and that's how they get it in. You know what I mean? You got to understand this. And once you start, it's most nations where we're at is that you can raise a stink, and then they'll like parrot it in the MSM if it's a big enough deal. Like if they can't fucking avoid talking about it, what they usually do is just make a fucking straw man parallel point to whatever your point is that's completely controlled and co-opted, and then talk about that, and then hope that you're so dumb that you're like, oh wow, I guess they're really taking care of things after all. Fucking nothing changes. This is the same reason. You know why fucking Hillary Clinton isn't in jail? Like after all that fucking Trump talk about like the Clintons being, you know why Hillary Clinton's not in fucking prison and why she's not going to go to, because they burn all of the fucking like their entire opportunity to be like, hey, we want you to do these fucking terrible things for like your entire career, and we're all going to be corrupt, and then like we'll take care of you, you're good to go, don't worry, we got your back. If you fucking burn somebody that's a career, like the Clintons are fucking lifers. They're fucking like lifer system people. If they fucking burn them, it sets an example to every other resource that they could tap for fucking, until people forget who the fucking Clintons are, which is going to be a while. So like they can fucking throw Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton in prison if they wanted to, and maybe they will. Shit, I don't know. Maybe this whole thing will get out of control enough to where they feel like they have to fucking like shed some fucking blood on the ground just to like shut people up. And then they'll fucking hammer them. That's a possibility. But the reason that they're not fucking in any trouble right now is because they're fucking doing nothing but playing the game. They're fucking veteran, like make vulnerable any promise that they would make in the future for somebody to. And if you do get not like a fucking. Where humanity is at is that when they're like protesting, no matter what it is, Second Amendment watching, like fucking black people have it fucking rough. You know what I mean? Like I don't fucking discount the Black American experience, but what the MSM doing is fucking stealing any kind of the politicians in the MSM are completely stealing the entire fucking like the entire motivating and true factors of like black injustice, and then putting it into a fucking controlled little box that they can fucking paint and control. And like that shit is like not gonna, I mean, it's not fucking doing you any favors, that's for sure. And the shit that's going on isn't going to help either. Like it's not because I'm not saying now, I don't think that you should be violent. Like no one should be violent against anybody else, or like necessarily destroy property like wantonly without any like reason, because that's just not effective. But some of the tactics could be effective if you send them to the right place, but it's got to be the right place. Like you're just fucking like trashing random stuff is not going to fucking do anything at all. It's not going to fucking do anything at all. It's not going to be effective. Because you know why? Because all the shit that all these people are trashing it's just another fucking tier of slavery. You know what I mean? It's just like another fucking, it's like a fucking commodity slave. Like business owners and shit, like they're just in their own paradigm of regulatory control, of not being able to do what they want, not being able to express themselves, not being able to fucking live freely. It's just in a different fucking tier of regulatory control. That's it. It's just like a different form. You gotta fucking hit the fucking actual, 240 AC fucking, the 240 volt lines. You gotta hit the fucking power plants, not the fucking like outlets in the kitchen. But it should, anything done should be nonviolent, right? Because to do things that are violent just to be violent is like, it creates more injustice, right? Especially in mass. Because although there may be like a group may target like another group, and there might be like bad actors that have caused injustice in the group, but there's going to be some that aren't, that didn't, right? and there's really, if you think about it, there's no fucking justice in this world. Like there is no, like, justice is not to be had here. Justice is by the Creator. It's not by us. You know, even though we like to see it that way. And that's just as clear in an example of, like, you know, if you lost a loved one, or someone, you know, if somebody has killed somebody that you love and it's an injustice, like, it's a fucking permanent hole. It's never gonna fucking heal, ever. No matter how much, no matter what you do, you know, like even like the death penalty, fucking doesn't, it doesn't fucking bring justice, like, to the victim, right? Like, to the victim's family, it doesn't bring justice. And maybe some people think that when they see it, like, maybe, I'm sure that there's, like, people who have lost loved ones and they see the person that killed their loved one get executed, you know, by court of law. I don't believe that it. I mean, it's not a fucking. Any sense of justice is a very surface level justice. It's a very worldly justice. It's not like a fucking. It doesn't fucking balance anything. Everything is out of balance. That's why murder is, like, you know, so heinous and is a crime. Like taking someone else's life, because it's a permanent fucking hole and imbalance, and it can never be fucking. There's nothing that you can ever do to heal it. You know what I mean? The big issue in the United States, in the world, I don't want to say the United States because it's not. It's the entire world. The problem is that as much as we like to, you know, like when we are, if people get together and promote some kind of common cause, they are doing so using the resources of the control paradigm. They are using the fucking Kinko's copiers. They are fucking picking up water from the fucking grocery store. They are fucking, you know, like getting Starbucks. They're fucking getting fucking BP oil in their car, like gas, you know. They're filling up their fucking their gas from BP oil to go to the fucking protest. They're fucking driving in a fucking subsidized car that's built overseas with fucking EPA emissions controls. They're fucking using a fucking credit card from, you know, a fucking major credit card manufacturer. Like, the entire time that you think that you're doing a protest, you're fucking stuffing cookies into the beast's mouth. Like, that is what's going on. The only way to get out of this, because it's so big, is that people have to literally be able to tell the people that are doing this to go get fucked, and mean it, and not be able to have their fucking IV pulled out of their arm so they fucking die, like they're fucking, if they're getting fucking like saline solution to keep them from going dehydrated, and you pull that bitch out, they're gonna fucking stroke out. You know what I mean? And so you can like yell while you have an IV on your arm all the time, all that you want, like as loud as you want. And all that they have to do is put a little fucking, here you go, here's some freedom, like a fucking name tape, and then slap it on your IV bag, and then you're like, oh, I guess we're good now. You're not good. All the same things that cause, you don't know what caused injustice, like, you know what caused fucking slavery? Is fucking money. It's fucking international slave trade. An international network and market that's completely tied in with every nation state trading slaves. That's what fucking made slavery. You know? It's not fucking people. It's fucking, I mean, the people that are running the money, it's them. It's not fucking like the nation states. It's fucking, you to do anything that would have a hope of achieving freedom. You got to be able to fucking tell people to take a hike and have some fucking skin in it. Like, you can't have them just fucking like unplug you and then you deflate. You have to be able to just say like, fuck off and stay fucked off, and then be good to go. You know. And there are two things that are holding us back. The biggest hurdle is that people don't know how, and they can't fucking, and a part of that is that they can't unplug because everything is so interlaced and cross dependent that it's like a fucking Jenga set, and you can't you can't fucking get out of the system. If you go out of the system, you're gonna be fucking homeless. You're gonna be fucking homeless in a tent. You know what I mean? Now you can do shit like you know, like get like all the shit that you pay, like water and fucking power and heat, like you can right now in most places unless there's laws against it. Like if you live in a city, good luck fucking getting a wood burning stove, which is pretty much the only practical way to generate heat. And if it's fucking amazing, by the way. Like wood stoves are like the only way to go. Burning wood is like the only way to fucking go for heat. So much better than inefficient fucking electrical conversion into heat energy. It's ridiculous. But the two things that are preventing us are one, people being so plugged in that they can't, like, they don't know where, like, there's so many fucking wires. You're like, which wire did I pull? This one's in, and you pull one, and it fucking shorts another one. You're like, fuck, okay, plug that shit back in. You know? That's one facet of it, right? That's something that we get over as humanity if we're all have our heads in the same game. What we can't get over is like regulatory control and like politicians making up shit about why people can't be free, and then like other dumbass civilians being suckered into being like, yeah, like you shouldn't be able to fucking drink fucking water from the sky. You shouldn't be able to breathe air, you know? Like people that support the fucking regulatory control that are civilians, that's the other part of it, right? Because even the laws themselves, it's like if the laws are fucked up and if there's enough people that don't want to be subject to them, then we can fucking change them en masse just by like fucking null and voiding that shit. We can't do it if we have, you know, like cities full of fucking people that can just be guided by the fucking nose and told exactly what to say, and then they can lie to them and say like, okay, now we need you to like tell these people why they can't fucking collect rainwater or whatever, you know? I mean, it's just that's the fucking problem, right? Now solar is like fucking production intensive, right? So solar's fucking super fucking production intensive, meaning that the amount of material that and processing materials, like industrial processing materials that go into solar, and like all the fucking shit from solar, most of that shit is coming from overseas, like the raw material and shit. Most of it is probably being fucking directly manufactured overseas. So it's really not the answer, because it's like set up right now in manufacturing to feed fucking cookies to the current beast that we're trying to get away from. For fucking electricity, the real way to go is like using fucking engines, like motors, like pulling motors out of fucking engines, and then fucking like redesigning them to run off of to fucking produce electricity, and then using hydro or wind power. That's like really the way to do it. Or gasification. Gasification is different. Gasification is where you take, now gasification is very convenient because it uses the same fuel source as like what you would burn for heat, right? So you could theoretically have a fucking like wood burning stove, and your same fuel that you use for that, you're also using for gasification, making syngas and shit. And that's like you can render every single fuel product that we use practically from syngas. The post-processing methods to derive different types of fuel, that's called Fischer-Tropsch method, which is like the fucking, that's like the method they use. It was actually originally like held under a technical patent by Standard Oil, and transferred to Nazi Germany so they wouldn't run out of fuel, so they could keep on fighting the war in World War II, if you didn't know that. That's how fucking old it is. Now here's the thing, right? It is theoretically entirely possible if you had the wild core or something like that, or it doesn't even have to be a wild core. If you just had fucking land that wasn't being used for fucking monocropping corn, then you could have food forests, you could have fucking fuel forests where you're growing nothing but fucking like Osage orange with like ultra high BTU, or if you want like regenerative coppicing, you could grow fucking black locust, which is pretty damn high BTU and grows fast as fuck, and you could just have a continuous harvest cycle, and like you could fucking provide fuel for everything. I mean, it's entirely like, and that's just one of many ways that this shit can be taken in terms of energy. But you have to have the ability to say no. Like we have no ability to say no. And that's why we have no freedom from choice. Like you have what they call freedom, you know, like the politicians love to talk about freedom of choice. We have freedom of choice. We're free. You don't have freedom of choice. And you don't have freedom from choice. You have the freedom to choose between fucking a bunch of pre-chosen choices for you in a control paradigm. And you don't have the fucking ability to say no. You get it? You don't have freedom of choice. You don't have freedom of choice. Freedom from choice. Let me start again. You don't have freedom from choice because all of your pool of choices are chosen. And you don't have the choice to fucking say no. Yeah, I mean, and most people when they hear about like people trying to provide for themselves are like I am totally okay with it. Yeah, you may be, but the fucking control paradigm isn't, and they fucking pay people all the way down the fucking chain. Like like government is like in fucking Utah. I think in Utah and Colorado and shit, you can't fucking collect rainwater. I'm sure there's other places. I know that in cities they have ordinances against collecting rainwater. They have ordinances against fucking like wood heat, you know, because I mean obviously there's like danger to fire, but what that means is that people shouldn't live in little fucking shoe boxes stacked on top of each other in the first fucking place. That's what that means. It's like a fucking straw man argument where it's like, you know, like people are just being like fucking bred in these concrete seas with hives, like concrete hives that they have to live in, and then like no choice over any. Like they have a bunch of fucking like you can choose this brand coffee or this brand coffee, but you can't fucking like make your own heat there. Like you see what I'm saying? Like there's like serious fucking issues, and you don't have freedom. That is true. It is only illegal if you get caught. That's true. But like, there's a shitload of people that don't want to fucking like people don't want to challenge the system. They're just trying to live. You know what I mean? Like people are just trying to get by. So it's like they're not interested in like fighting a fucking HOA about like, you know, fucking rainwater, and they're not interested in fucking like fighting their landlord about like, you know, you psycho, you fucking installed a wood burning stove in here in this apartment. Like people don't have time for that shit. You know what I mean? But it's like they don't like. There's only so many fucking little concrete shoeboxes in each fucking city, and an exponential number of people that are getting born and like raised and held in captivity in these fucking places, and you know, like they had to fucking find a place to live. But the entire thing from the bottom up, from the foundation up, has been corroded from the get-go. It's all been built up from a control paradigm. Like that's where we went wrong. I mean, it's from the Industrial Revolution forward. It's like the wrong foundation. Not only in terms of like ethical monetary considerations and philosophy, which is like on it's on a like it's not factual, right? Like the shit that people presuppose when they understand economics isn't the case. It's not factual. It fucking poisons any understanding of like. I mean, it should be basic shit of like you should just be able to. Yeah, exactly. Punch a clock and live in a shoebox. That's what they want you to do. Yeah, that's exactly right. I haven't heard about the Albuquerque self-defense shooting. Can you give me a story on that, Whiskey Tango? Let's talk about that. I have not heard about it. I don't get much into the news. Are you going to talk about it or no? You say like, well, okay. So Scott Chris says, I believe the Industrial Revolution was good, but the monopolies that came out of it were not. Well, the monopolies were there before the Industrial Revolution, right? Like your Rockefeller and shit like that. Those are bagmen. Those are like inserted. That's like the foot in after the fucking like Thomas Jefferson 1812 war, where he tried to fucking spank the banks out of here and tell them to get fucked. And then they came back in with the Industrial Revolution. Okay, and then it's not that it's bad, right? It's not that technology is bad. It's that people don't understand that like I mean there were fucking technologies that came out like when cars were invented, where like they had fucking air compressed cars that produced fucking cold air and ice as the exhaust, you know, and they were fucking like they fucking got their patents got bought up and they went away. Same thing with fucking electricity. So the shit that you're stuck with is like, are just these fucking like, you know, fucking century long fucking controlled, like feeding troughs that you can't get out of, you know, like they're just, the monopolies were already there, and then they're just making like they're just like remodeling with all of the, like controlled utilities and shit like that, and then they fucking buy out everything that is a competitor. That's how it works. That's the same. That's what the thing about copyright and shit like that. Like the copyright system is for acquiring and controlling technology. That's what it's for. It has nothing to do with fucking protecting you, at all. Yeah, I mean, they were literally fucking in at the time of the Model T, or like shortly thereafter. They were fucking air compressed cars, like workable, drivable. Like they were fucking driving these fucking things around for like several years, like 3 years or something. Like a guy made a company where he was making fucking compressed cars, and their exhaust was like ice cubes, basically. Like he put like fucking picnic baskets into the exhaust so that like you could have fucking chilled drinks while you're driving around. Like, that's how fucking cool this shit was, and they fucking bought it all up and got rid of it. Yeah, or hydrogen gas. You can use fucking hydrogen gas, sure. You can totally use hydrogen gas. You can fucking render hydrogen gas out of water. So Tara asked, why would they use that instead and just use that in a controlled paradigm? They probably would if they ran out of the other one, but they're getting double use out of the other one. I got like fucking sand in my nose. Sorry. They've got the other like gasoline and shit like that. Gets you in the fucking Middle East, and it's fewer steps. Like Fisher Tropsch takes multiple steps. So they can do it if they need to for like a nation state, like to keep them fucking from fucking forfeiting a war or something. But they're not going to use that shit regular, because it's like you can save like 15% in profit margin, or I'm sorry, in like investment margin, if you just fucking straight up fucking pull like natural fuels out of the ground and shit. Yeah, and they can sell you cars and oil. And they can fucking regulate with the EPA and just fucking change the standard every single year to keep you fucking hopscotching all over your own dicks. I'll just look it up. You said Albuquerque self-defense shooting? I'll just look it up. Yeah. The entire point of all of the tech that we are using, it all has one thing in common, and that is that it's fucking completely fucking centralized. Now that goes down to shit like the internet. Like the internet isn't even like, other than the fucking like servers and power, which the power is all centralized, and the manufacturing processes and materials to make like servers and fucking wire. Like the internet is just like a fucking abstract concept, and we're so dumb that like we let that shit get fucking centralized too. You know what I mean? Like how, like I don't know if there's any hope for us. Like, hopefully, you guys fucking remember longer than your generation. You teach your kids that like air is outside and it's free, and they don't have to fucking like stricter mask that you have to fucking put your fucking tap chip up to fucking open a valve so you can get a fucking breath of air. Because that's probably your future. Things going the way they are. I mean, fuck. There's like fucking bottled water. Like I always have bottled water. It's because I get that shit. I get that shit from my work. You know, like that's what they have. So I just fucking take them all the time and just drink them. And I use the bottles for other shit. Or it fucking, I'll probably just melt them all into fuel eventually. Get a giant stack of them. North Korea just hit their own embassy? Are you fucking around? Or what? Do they for real? Is the North embassy fucking blowed the fuck out? That's another thing. It's like even the fucking medical industry. Like it used to be, you just went to doctors because they knew what the fuck they were doing, and that's the whole reason they were a doctor. They didn't have like some kind of little fucking piece of paper, because there was nobody that like knew anything more than them to like even necessitate a piece of paper that said that like I say this person is a doctor and they know what the fuck they're doing, right? Like it used to just be like, you know, if there's some guy that's like saving people doing surgery and shit, and then your neighbor's like, yeah, I was gonna die, but then I got fucking surgery from this guy. He's pretty smart. And that's like a pretty good fucking recommendation, right? Now you have fucking pieces of paper, and so you get like, you know, I mean, how much? I mean, you know how many fucking people die of medical malpractice? It's fucking absurd. And then the other part of that is that everything is like the reason that all your medical shit is so expensive is because it's all fucking communist. It's fucking fixed pricing. Open. So they close the markets, get fucking like have to fucking approve like everything that is used from like, I mean, everything all the way down to like tactics and procedures or procedures and fucking like medical procedures have to get approved. Like everything has to get fucking approved. Medication, instruments, all that shit. Yet you still have fucking shitloads of fucking people dying all the time. And they're fucking protected by the system. So when you get a shitty doctor, it's like you have to fucking weed them the fuck out after they killed like 20 people before you could get rid of them. If it was just some guy that was a doctor, then it's like if you killed a patient, people would be like, oh man, maybe I don't want to go to that guy. And then kill 2 people and they'd be like, don't go to Dr. Death. And then he wouldn't get any fucking, nobody would go to him. You don't need a fucking like guy that's not a doctor to have a fucking piece of paper that you have to fucking spend $1 million on to say that you're a doctor. Yeah, I know you're fucking new here, Joe Schmo. Okay, B-Brox loves everything the way that it is and thinks that fucking medical industry is great. Good for you. For me, I don't fucking think that. Okay? Not only do I think that because, like my fucking kids, I don't give them fucking social security numbers. And so that kind of fucking causes a problem because I can't get into your little fucked up communist system to get your stupid overpriced medical services. So we're just going to take our chances and see what happens. And that's fucking fine by me. I'll get a fucking position around here. You're gonna be fucking baller if you're running on a horse in the fucking T-step boot. Yeah, of course they're gonna use Google. What the fuck else are they gonna use? I mean, there aren't, as far as I know, I've done some like significant research on fucking crawlers. They're all fucking compromised. They're all fucking tied in the same people. There's no fucking free crawlers as far as I'm aware. If you know one, post it in here. That'd be great. If you post fucking DuckDuckGo or Start Page, I'm gonna fucking take a dump on your head. Yo, 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 yo! Yeah, what do you... Lord wants to talk about... Lord Masterization wants to talk about China and India. I already talked about this earlier, but my connection's dog shit. So... The go-to search engine? Are you serious, or are you just like... Oh. Yeah, yeah, I know. A bunch of people died. Ladakh engagement between... Ladakh... Just look it up, Joe Schmo. Fucking do something for yourself. I can't fucking think for you. The... Well, Air Motor says, "Forgive me, I don't understand the Jew connection to all the bad going on. I've watched a lot of the lives recently." Okay, so earlier today, I offhandedly said the word Jew, and then I caveated with saying that this is not all Jews. The thing that I was talking about, and that video got fucking kicked. So it's like I can't fucking. So Air Motor asked me, "Forgive me, but I don't understand the Jew connection to all the bad going on." Okay, I'm not even necessarily saying, I'm not going to make a fucking judgment of bad or good. What I am saying is that the things that are, the things that are keeping you from, like who is this that's asking this question? Air Motor? Okay, Air Motor, what do you think, like what kind of things are fucked up with the world right now? Can you name something that you think is fucked up? Like, and not just like a general fucking abstraction, like people are mean. I mean, like something fucking concrete that is a fucking entity, like something, like what, who? Well, yeah, but fucking name something. If you want me to answer your question, don't just say everything. Like, say what you think is a problem, just like in generally, like as like a type of. Broggs is having a side conversation. I'm waiting for the guy to ask the question to answer. Give him a couple more seconds here. Air Motor. Okay, banking, MSM, and the Fed. Okay, well, you need to go look up the Fed and look at who has not only been the president, the fucking president of the Fed for like the last several fucking times, last several decades, and then look at who the Fed answers to, and look at who they're staffed by. The MSM, you need to go into the fucking, like, pick an MSM. It doesn't matter which one, any MSM that you don't like, pick it, go to their webpage. Do a fucking Google search. While you're at it, look up who runs Google, and then go to the fucking MSM page of your choice, and then click on the About Me, and then you're gonna find something that says leadership. What you want to find particularly is the board of directors. You can also find the fucking executive staff to be like all your CEOs and shit like that. Those are typically separated because of the legal structure of corporations. You go in there and you look at them and you see who they are. And what was the other one that you said? Banking. Okay, banking. You pick a fucking bank and then you like look it up. I mean, I don't know what. Like, you're going to find a fucking common thread there. And the common thread is Roman Catholics, okay? Yeah, they're not. Yeah, the fucking okay. So the IMF has a lot of fucking play on the Fed, but it's actually the all of the central banks fucking interlace with international private retail finance. And if you go and look up private retail finance, they're all over the world, but there's only a few really big ones. You go look them up, and you're gonna find a bunch of fucking Irish people there. I'll tell you that right now. Nothing but fucking blazing orange Irish. Like, you're gonna see them fucking everywhere in international retail finance. Oh yeah, did you find one CEO? Did you find one? James found one CEO of Bank of America that's Catholic. By the way, maybe look up the actual like the um, fractional reserve banking system and how it relates to Bank of America, and then find out like what is above them in banking. What else? Should we keep on going or what? You guys have more. You got more shit you wanna? I don't really like 6'8". I think it's like too. It's. I mean 6'5" is better than fucking 6'8". Oh look at that! I can get a sun flare. Most people have to get. They've got to get a fucking. They've got to get like the software that they're using to get a sun flare in 2020. For you, maybe so. I don't know. You have to use your own choice. All right, you got. What else you got? Air motor. Do you do air power and shit like that, or what do you do for air motors? You got a windmill on there. I fucking love wind power. I'm setting up right now to do a wind compressor with a. I'm gonna use a fucking. I just dip dog shit. I don't want to make any recommendation because I don't think that dipping is good. Unless you grow, I do support people growing their own tobacco. Yeah, so like I'm getting set up right now. I bought a 500-gallon propane tank. Propane's going out of that bitch. I'm gonna fill up with air, but I'm using a compressor that's being fed off of a fucking windmill. I gotta build the fucking windmill. But then once I get that, I'm gonna route it to everything. All right, what else? What else you got? What else you got? I gotta wrap this up. Okay. So actually, so horses are like the reason that like yeah, I mean a bike is probably like I'm not talking about like the bike is to pull parts off of other bikes and not get all fucked up wrapped around the axle. The fucking you can also get dirt bikes. Like dirt bikes are the shit. Like dirt bikes are fun. I mean, oh, like a madman. I can pull around this. This is. I'm gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this, and then we'll fucking. I don't know. I'll go do something else. I'm gonna drink some beer. I'm drinking molasses beer. I got some fucking. I got molasses beer. I got like a whole fat stack of molasses beer in Miller Low Life bottles. So if anybody saw me, like, I mean, I'm obviously like I'm not like drinking in public or anything, but if I was fucking drinking them, then people would be like, oh, you got Miller High Life. Oh, that's like fucking looks like used motor oil. Molasses beer is amazing. It's my favorite beer. So, so the fucking fucking dirt bikes are the shit. They're the shit, and especially like, well, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of them. They're fully capable of being like there's only like one Kawasaki that runs off of fucking like kerosene and shit as like multi-fuel. I wish they do more of them so that you can fucking have like a multi-fuel fucking utility transport just for like zipping around. Electric bicycle, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, now if you wanted horses, that's where like horsepower comes from, right? So like horses, like the fucking there's like some like Clydesdale type horses that are really utilitarian, like they do fucking everything. And horses are cool. They are like you're gonna be doing some work there. Yeah. I mean, you can also. I mean, you can fucking do some. Yeah, with a fucking like just take a fucking concrete saw and like saw off the fucking roof and make it a convertible. The fucking Ford Raptor carriage. Okay, Air Motor wants some fucking real talk. Uh, hey, what's up, Shaw? He says predictions for pre and post election, please. Yeah. Okay. So pre and post. Okay. I don't think no. The coup talk, like anything that's in like alt media coup talk, is fucking like that's fucking like that's fucking that is fucking. Now I'm not saying they won't simulate a coup, but they don't have to do a coup because the coup's already fucking done. Like you guys get that? Like there, no coup has to take place. The reason that any like fucking QAnon fucking smart guy like super secrets that they just like oh we just got these fucking super secrets with insiders and we're just gonna fucking like leak them online. That is a fucking current administration or the people that run them, and they don't have to do a fucking coup. They don't have to do a fucking coup. Okay, sorry about that. They don't have to do a fucking coup like a QAnon fucking psychobabble coup because they don't need to because they've already fucking done the coup. You get what I'm saying? Like right now, everything is about tricking you dumbasses into like being okay. They're trying to like align you with the current fucking train and get you on board and get you fucking holding that like making the American flag be like what is going on and continue on that direction. Like that is the fucking goal of everything. Um, Yeah. Okay, Scott. So Scott, Chris, I'm not gonna beat up on you too hard. He says I don't think Trump is a globalist, but I won't say he doesn't have handlers. Okay. Now this is my. I'm not writing with Biden. No. I'm not gonna vote anymore. I'm not voting. It's ridiculous. So Trump is. How do I put? I want to like say this clearly without like looking like I'm trying to tear your fucking head off. So Trump is entirely controlled because his cabinet is like totally fucking packed with fucking globalist bankers, like pretty much all the way through. And his commerce secretary is literally a employee of Rothschild Acquisitions and has been since the motherfucking 1970s. And then he has a bunch of fucking like his company is like growing along the side, and his name's Wilbur Ross. Wilbur Ross is basically the parallel. He's very similar to Herbert Hoover. The only difference being that Herbert Hoover, they fucking groomed him to become the president, and Wilbur Ross is too fucking old to be the president. He's not gonna be the president, so he's gonna be doing something else. But he is a fucking Rothschild boy and always has been. And like the reason that he's there is because they've got fucking Trump by the balls. Like Trump is not running shit and not fucking fighting shit, and he has no ability to. Why you Rothschild powerhouse packed into the fucking government once again? And by the way, the motherfucking since the turn of the 20th century, they've been there continuously. At no time have they not been there. It's just sometimes it's more direct. Right now, it's pretty fucking direct. Like it's Rothschild's presence, like direct presence, like being like 2 degrees separated from the fucking executive office. It's pretty fucking close. I mean, not even 2 degrees. They're in the fucking executive office now, in multiple ways. So there's no. Like it has to be a blackmail operation. It has to be. Okay, Joseph Rosenberg says, and Biden is better, somehow better. Who the fuck said that? All these people that are, if you didn't notice it, okay, I will say something. I will say something that hopefully won't get this fucking video banned. If you didn't notice, the people that ran for the president this year, you have like a conspicuously high fucking percentage of fucking Jewish people running for the president. Okay? Now, I don't think that you guys are going to understand like the significance of what I'm talking to you about. But Jewish people, like the first fucking Jewish guy to get into the United States government was pretty much like the fucking Supreme Court justice. Louis Brandeis. Louis Brandeis was like one of the earliest like official, you know, like Jews to get into the United States government. And that would have been at like the turn of the 20th century. And that shit was a big deal for people that are paying attention when that happened, right? Okay. Well, now you have, well, no, the video shouldn't get canceled because I'm not saying anything disparaging about Jews. I mean, I didn't before too, so I guess I'm fucking asking for it. What about, okay, Kyle Force says, what about Jo Jorgensen, the Libertarian nominee? Well, that's a Jewish person, and her running mate is a Cohen, and if you don't know about Cohen is the fucking priestly bloodline of Judaism for fucking Israel. So, I mean, like, you know, like, what is your point? Like, you know, like now, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. If you live in the United States, and you've got like people like flipping out about fucking equality and fucking like having fair government. And you have like, can somebody please look up what the percentage of the Jewish population is in the United States? Like published. I'm sure it's probably not fucking correct. Can you look up the percentage of the Jewish population in the United States? Because if this video is going to get shut down, then I want to make my point. So you can decide if it's disparaging or not. JP says it's 2.1. Is that correct? Can somebody give me a fucking confirmation on that? Okay. It looks like the fucking population is 2.1% according to viewers here. Okay? Now, just in the fucking people that are running for the White House, you do not have fucking 2.1% of them Jewish. That are people that are running for the fucking president. Okay? It is a lot fucking higher than that. Okay? You do not have 2.1% in the independent executive agencies, which are unelected. Being like FBI, CIA, fucking EPA, fucking FCC, all of that shit. You do not have 2.1%. I don't know what it would be. It would be an interesting thing to analyze. It'd be difficult because people will be Jewish and not admit to being Jewish, but will clearly have Jewish last names. So they'll be like atheist Jews or agnostic Jews. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong. You gotta hear me out. Do not fucking construe what I'm saying and take it to somewhere that I'm not saying. What I am saying is that you live in a country where people freak out about not having fucking proportionate representation, and you have large swaths of the executive branch that are like fucking like 5,000% overrepresented by Jews or somewhere thereabouts. I guarantee you that you can find some that are over 5,000. I promise you. And the name Jorgensen, whoever asked about that, Jorgensen is also the real name of Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos' last name is Jorgensen with it, you know, like S-E-N. S-E-N. That is a Jewish name. All right. Now even the name of like Julian Assange, like I know people are like Fragment Records says it's over 9,000%. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I've never fucking like sat down and crunched the numbers. I'm sure that's very high. There's some that is very fucking Yeah, Abdullah says Jorgensen. Yeah, it is Jorgensen. Anything with a J is a Y sound. I'm just doing it for English people. Yeah, and what I'm saying, I'm not talking about Jews like you guys like here's the problem, right? I can't fucking say anything about Jews without Goyim saying like, well, I guess we got to fucking burn all the Jews now. And that is not what the fuck I'm saying. You shouldn't harm Jews. You shouldn't harm anybody at all. Because everybody's here for a purpose. You know what I mean? We all have lives. We all have lives. We're all born. We're here for a fucking reason. But what you guys need to do is like get control of yourselves. Like the only reason that they're here doing this shit is because everything's completely fucking out of control. And it's by the people allow it. And you don't need to like be violent or anything like that. You just fucking take control. Fuck. Joe K asks, are you saying the majority of candidates that ran in the primary are Jewish? No, I am not. I am saying that you have like a fucking large handful of them are Jewish, way beyond 2.1%. Far higher than 2.1%. That is what the fuck I'm saying. I never said that there were a fucking majority of the fucking candidates in the primary are Jewish. I'm saying you got like fucking whatever his name is, butt plug. You got fucking like, can somebody help me out here? Can somebody list off the candidates that are like obviously Jewish, like in heritage? Maybe not worshiping in Judaism, but Tulsi Gabbard. Is Tulsi Gabbard Jewish? No. Klobuchar, Sanders, Bloomberg, Butt Craig or whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, Tulsi's not Jew. I'm just saying. Is Kamala Harris Jewish? Joe Case says Kamala Harris. I don't know if she's Jewish. I said that's a stretch. Like nobody's gonna believe that if she was. Bueller, Steyer, yeah. So you guys, you see what I'm saying? So right there, that is a fucking large number of fucking primary candidates already. It's not fucking 2.1%, I can tell you that much. I got my fucking cat went out. Scott's asking my check engine light. My fucking cat went out like a year ago, and I need to fucking replace it, but I haven't. So I'm just like blowing smoke to that bitch. I don't really get the EPA inspectors out here very often. Abdullah asks, how did Scandinavians get shoe names? They didn't. The shoes got Scandinavian names. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a new streaming channel. How many strikes do you get on YouTube? Do you get like 3 strikes or is it 2? 3? Okay. So I'll probably definitely get a strike on this fucking video. I'm gonna make a new YouTube channel for the streams. Yeah, so we're gonna go. So be looking for it. I'll probably post in the comments if I can, and we'll figure out how to fucking we'll figure out how to like switch over. I'll just switch over. Let's be a totally new channel. All right. Okay. We'll probably do some fucking. Hey, Thunderdome. We're the boat company Thunderdome. If you guys want to get started, go ahead. I gotta do some shit and then I'll get in there. But if you're like hot to trot, then fucking go ahead. Do some fucking damage control on it if you would. Like do a fucking sound off and then fucking like purge the fuck out of it and then lock that shit down. And then we need to do the boat. We need to do the boat company. All right. No links in here. No links in here. Contact nodes. No link. Okay, have a good night, guys. I love you. Bye-bye.